setup right there. See, there's nowhere here to put anything. It doesn't hold on to anything. Big fat suction cup at the end, 2 extension, and then that's it. This Arca Swiss adapter right there. This is the Switchpod right here. An amazing, amazing portable handheld tripod. This is for Priscilla. Priscilla called me out saying, hey, we watch your videos and sometimes we want to know what your equipment is. This is the Switchpod right here. An amazing, amazing portable handheld tripod that serves as a selfie stick and a tripod for vloggers. It also works for photographers that are on the move, taking photos where you need to be really, really fast in moving from one spot to another. And somebody asked me, oh, would this work for photography? Because normally for photography you want a really, really big, heavy, solid tripod. Because believe it or not, even those $20 cheapo tripods aren't as good as the really, really heavy duty ones because they vibrate. When you take a photo, if you have anything but the fastest exposure or the fastest speed on your shooting, there's still a tiny little vibration. And if you're shooting professionally or you like the best quality possible, that reflects on your camera. And in fact, I told the person, yes, this would be great for social media managers, social media enthusiasts, influencers, because if you go, for example, to a restaurant, this is perfect for foodies. You can set this up. It takes just a little bit of space. And a lot of restaurants, especially nicer restaurants, have very, very low lighting. So what happens with low lighting? Your photos, if your camera isn't super, super still and steady, they will be blurry, guaranteed. Now you can take photos with your phone and they will be less blurry, but then you lose the quality of, controlling your depth of field and just the crispness and the quality of having a DSLR take your photos. So I would recommend it for photographers, not as your first tripod, not as your only tripod, but as a tool that you probably have with you at all times, just in case you need it. And of course, if you have the Arca Swiss adapter system, then you can pop in your camera quickly. Currently, right now, I have it on my dashboard on the Fat Gecko with an extension. So this is for Priscilla. Priscilla called me out saying, hey, we watch your videos and sometimes we want to know what your equipment is. And this is my fault. And it happens to a lot of YouTubers. I'm not excusing it, but I'm just saying, forgive me, and don't be afraid to call me out when this happens. Sometimes I say, hey, I'm gonna put the links in the description or links right here. And there are times where I just forget, because I just forget. There's reasons why, but I'll try to put that in here. And I'm gonna show you really quick. I switch my camera over on the next stop. I'll do it. And I'll show you my setup for my dashboard, because my car is so weird, the layout and the distance to the windshield, the way that it's laid out, and the way that my dashboard is set up. There isn't any place to put one of the traditional phone holders or a camera holder that will hold my DSLR with what you find mostly, on the market. So that's where the Fat Gecko comes into play. The Fat Gecko has 2 options. Has more than 2 options, but one is for super heavy DSLRs or big lenses, stuff that you would see on a movie production type of setup. And they have 3 fat suction cups that just will hold on to the glass on your windshield. You can also put it outside if you want to do some cinematic footage. But I just use the one that is a single suction cup, and it comes with a short adapter and then a longer extension. So now I have 2 extensions because I've bought 2 of these over the past few years, and that gives me enough length to go from the windshield to where it's a comfortable distance from my face. So it's an unorthodox method of setting up the camera, but it is my favorite way so far. And I can move it anywhere on the windshield. It does take a minute to set up, but once it's there, all I have to do is pop it in and out of the Arca Swiss adapter, and it works great. So if you want a super solid, stable setup, or you have a strange windshield, strange setup where you don't have a lot of flat surfaces. Okay, So check it out. So that's my setup right there. See, there's nowhere here to put anything. It doesn't hold on to anything. And that's how it's set up. There's a big fat suction cup at the end, the 2 extension, and then that's this Arca Swiss adapter right there that allows me to just pop the camera in and out as I need it. Priscilla asked me the other day about my equipment. And I've mentioned before some of the stuff I use. Also, if you look down in the description, most of my videos have a list of my most used equipment and some of the stuff I use. So look for those down below. But let's go over that real quick. First, here is the Switchpod. Really, really great. Oh, I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of dark. But this is really, really great. I love it. I've been using it now for about a month. Probably the best handheld portable tripod I've ever owned, or the best one out in the market. Prior to that, I was using the GorillaPod for DSLRs, which runs about $100 as well. This runs about $100. And I talked about in my review of the Switchpod why I don't use the GorillaPod anymore, and also some of the myths around it. Nobody ever really uses that whole gripping thing. Yeah, it's nice to set up in very, very uneven surfaces, but over the past couple years since I've been doing vlogging, I haven't had to use that. I'm not hiking, mountains and trying to put it into some sort of crevice and hold it this way. Nope, I'm just going from my car to restaurants. I travel a little bit, and I always have a flat surface or a surface where I can set the camera on. No big deal. Worst case scenario, I hand hold it. So that's the Switchpod. With the Switchpod, I have a ball head attachment. Now this one, whoa. That was fun, he says. Yeah. This one comes from my tripod from the Geek Kodo tripod that they sent me. So, I didn't pay for this, but it works just as good as any other. There are tons of them online on Amazon. I'll put some links to the ones I found to be the best reviewed and in the price range. I'll put the price range below as well. They go from, I think, like $14, $15 all the way up to $90 or $100, depending on the quality, the brand, and all that stuff. The part that you want is this. This is called the Arca Swiss adapter. And it's been one of the best things ever, because see, all you have to do, and some of them have quick release. So this one actually takes longer than you would want already, but it's still good enough. So you unscrew it and the little thing opens up, and then you have a plate mounted on your camera already. So all you have to do is pop it in, make it tight, and then that's it. Now, there are cell phone holder adapters, which I don't have with me to show you, but I have a very, very small portable cell phone adapter that is adjustable for almost any width of any phone out there. So I can actually put my phone on my my Fat Gecko extension on my car right now, and I could do a video with my phone, or I could use it on here. Now this obviously comes without anything else. You just put the camera on it, but you can put the ball head adapter and you're good to go. That is for my kind of my utility stuff. All right, let's continue on. So I mentioned I have the Geek Kodo big tripod. I have a couple of those if I need it. That's more for like an outdoor setup when it needs to be adjusted for height and stuff like that. Maybe more formal for interviews and things like that. Next up, I'll tell you about my handheld recorder. This is amazing. This is the most versatile audio recorder in the market. The quality of this is amazing. It's highly underrated. Actually, not really, because everybody loves it. Everybody talks about it. The sound quality is amazing. This is the Zoom H1, and this is the original generation. They have a brand new one that came, well, not brand new one, that came out about last year. It's a little more sleek and more modern. It has a digital display and the buttons are a little bit different. I'll probably get one eventually, but I don't feel like I need it. And there's a couple of things I don't like about it, just from looking at it. By all accounts, is just as good. Now, why do I say it's the most versatile? Well, first of all, you put a little microphone cover here, and it can become a handheld microphone for interviews or just to put it on a podium. If you saw my press event for the city of Irvine that I was commissioned to record and report on or whatever, that's how I got really, really good audio. I don't have all the connections to plug into their board and all that stuff. And in fact, they were having so many problems with that day that I was happy to just say, hey, I'm gonna put this here. I hit record and I left it on the podium of the speaker, picked it up after the thing was done, and it was great. It will record as long as your battery will last, and it will record as much as your memory card will hold. I have a 32 gig card right now. I have it set on MP3 recording at the highest quality, and at that quality it will record over 100 hours of continuous audio if I needed to. For my vlogs and my casual videos that I do all the time, I just do MP3 at 320 kilobytes per second, I believe. If I need to record something for an assignment, like a professional engagement, then I switch it to WAV, because that's uncompressed, supposed to be higher quality, but 99% of people can't tell the difference. And when it's published to the web, you won't be able to tell the difference. Another reason why I use the H1 is because it's very easy to transfer files over to the computer. Basically, I can either take the memory card out, pop it into my reader and get the files off, or I can plug in via USB, and that works great. And I can also use this as a microphone input for my computer. So I just plug it in via USB, and it will ask you, do you want to use this as a memory storage unit or as a microphone? Memory storage unit meaning you're just going to pull the files off of it, or as an input device. And once you say input device, then it's a new microphone on your computer. So you can use it to record screencasts, you can use it to record video, you can use it for Skype, whatever you want, and it works great. So that's why I love this. It's small, compact, takes a AA battery, for which I have a lot of them. I bought a pack of like 20 of these. These are high capacity, 2800 milliamps, as opposed to normally I think they're like 800 to 1100. So I just went on Amazon. I'll put the links to all this stuff down below. This is 2800 milliamps, so it lasts pretty much all day. There's times where I forget to stop recording, and I'll start recording when I start a video, and then if I don't get to downloading the files or anything later on, I still have this on. By 7, 8 o'clock at night, I still have, there's 3 bars, so I still have 2 bars. So it will record probably 24 hours if I wanted to. Hey, and if you made it all the way to the end of the video, which you did, click on one of those videos right here. One of them is the latest video I posted besides this one, and one is the one that YouTube recommends for you. And there should be a picture in my face where you can actually subscribe to the channel so you get notified. See you later.